As long as you listen, as you learn, the stuff that I'm gonna teach you with pyramids, I'm gonna level up your mitt game 100%. I got a lot of things to say about mittwork because mittwork literally changed my life.
What's his full name? What's Coach Anthony's? Anthony's first name was Anthony's last name.
Anthony Rodriguez, Coach Anthony, and that corner of weight 4.
A lot of people don't know when I first came into this boxing game as a trainer, you know, mitts was really what people hired me for. Working with professional fighters that put me in world title corners right off the bat just because they like the way I hold a pair of mitts. This is something that your clients are gonna love. This is something that your fighters are gonna love. Always a lane for somebody who knows how to hold mitts. The one thing that I could say is if you're gonna do something, you wanna do it the right way. I like to think that I'm a person who could teach you how to do this at the highest level, considering I've been to the highest level of boxing.
2 rounds, and you're a world champion, but you gotta work.
He is a defending world champion fighting tonight.
With head trainer, Freddie Anthony Rodriguez.
I work with some of the best boxers in the world. Mitts is what literally put me in that position. You could be a great coach, you could be a great teacher, you could be a great personal trainer. But this is what's gonna capture their eyes. This is what's gonna make people look at you and make people say, hey man, that guy knows what he's doing. I wanna go ahead and work with that person. I'm gonna teach you, it doesn't matter if you have 0 experience or if you have a lot of experience, there's gonna be modules in this course that's gonna help level you up.
You no more, man. You gotta change.
Sean. Whoa. You see that?
Yo, what's good? What is good? Damn. 30 days in the bag, y'all. 30 days in the bag, no days off November. It's been a journey, right? We've done a lot this month, man. We worked on a lot this month. We've done, we've done clinics, done a lot of Q&As. We've done a lot of hanging out, a lot of talking. I hope that I've provided you guys a lot of value over the last 30 days. Obviously, the release of $1 Million Mitts was 3 days ago, and I'm getting crazy feedback. It happened on Black Friday. My master boxing bundle, the cheapest it's ever been this Black Friday. We all know that tomorrow is Cyber Monday, and tomorrow at midnight will be the cutoff for, the master boxing bundle deals and all that type of stuff. So if you guys have ever been interested in getting anything from my website tonight, tomorrow, you got Cyber Monday. There was no reason for me to change it if I knew Cyber Monday was 2 days after, Black Friday, so, or 3 days, whatever it is. So, yeah, it's been a crazy month, man. I gave you guys my backstory. I gave you guys a lot of stuff, man. And I don't know what else, I could do to help you guys, but whatever it is, I go live. And I want your guys' feedback. Obviously we're going into December tomorrow. Tomorrow is December 1st. Now, for me, the only thing that I could say I'm a little frustrated with myself about when it comes to like starting off fresh and everything like that. I'm kind of like a night owl. If you guys haven't noticed, like here on the East Coast, it's 11 p.m. and I'm drinking a coffee and I'm wide the hell awake and I'm being productive. One of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? I should record this right quick. One of my homeboys, Tone Cuts, you know what I mean, is always talking about how I got reverse productivity because I am productive just when everybody's sleeping. You know what I mean? But either way, I want to go into December, with a clean slate. I want to treat tomorrow like it's January 1st, at least for my own personal life. I don't know if you guys remember in the beginning of No Days Off November, I had like this sheet, the WTF tracker. If you guys downloaded it or if you guys remember me talking about it, let me know in the chat. But I'm actually going to try to utilize it this time. I didn't use it December, man. December went crazy, bro. Like I'm doing the lives every day. I got the gym running. I had a lot. Even though I did get a lot done, I wasn't like checking off the boxes every day the way I want to. So I think tomorrow If you guys are down, let me know. I'll put the link in there so you guys can go ahead and grab it. All you do is download it. It's absolutely free. And basically, it's going to give you 3 boxes: a W, a T, and an F. So I made the W, the T, and the F a little complicated because for me, this is my personal stuff. I was basically sharing what I'm personally going to do. So, like, the W stands for walking and water. The T was to-do list today, and the F was like fitness and food. But it could be for you as simple as the W is workout, the T is to-do list, and the F is your food. And food is basically your nutrition, staying on your diet, handling your to-do list, and doing your workout every day. So for me, you know what I mean? I like to make sure I get a certain amount of movement every day. I like to make sure that I do my to-do list the same day. So little fun fact about me, I kind of procrastinate on certain stuff. If you guys haven't noticed, like, people were asking me for $1 million mitts 2 years ago. I just dropped it 2 days ago. You feel what I'm saying? But it was more so because I had other stuff going on. But I feel like I procrastinate sometimes. So I want to work on my procrastination. I want to work on my nutrition because I have a tendency of just eating whatever the hell I want. I mean, I was eating Korean food today. Shit was good. I ain't gonna front, but wasn't really tracking my calories, wasn't tracking my macros and stuff like that. And these are things that you need to do if you want to elevate, especially for boxers, right? If you're a boxer, you kind of want to make sure you know what you're eating. You want to make sure that you're eating the right foods. You want to make sure that you're working out the right way. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you're training the right way. And of course, if you're, a person with responsibilities, you always want to make sure that you're handling your to-do list. You feel me? So anyway, guys, I'm gonna chop it up with you guys in the chat. You tell me what you guys are feeling, how you guys are feeling about what I'm talking about right now. If it's corny to y'all, just be honest. Be like, oh, Coach Ant, man, get out of here. Miss me with that corny shit. We just here to do some boxing Q&A. I'm cool with that too, man. It's all good. We got my boy in the building, Chrisat Euro was good. My man Rico Santana was good. Champ. We got QB Killer was good. We got Real King. Yes, sir. It was good. We got my boy in the building. Appreciate you, King. My man Pokemon. Yo, Coach Ant. Man, blessings to all you guys, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up. Again, we've been going live every single day for the month of November. The last 30 days, we've had Eddie Chambers on here. I've had a lot of you guys, my regulars, on here. And I know at the time that I go live, it's hard to really get. I should probably be going live like at a prime time, like 8 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern, so we can get the West Coast and the East Coast in here. You know what I mean? I know 11 o'clock Eastern is kind of like people got to go to work in the morning and all that stuff. So I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not the best at scheduling these live streams, but for the month of December, what are you guys thinking? What would you guys like to see more from me? I'm not saying that I'm going to go live every single day for the month of December, but I'd like to get an idea of what you guys would like to see. So if you're not watching this live and you happen to see this, leave it in the chat. You know what I mean? Leave it in the comment. And if you're live right now, give me some ideas, guys. What would be some stuff that you guys would like to see? Again, my phone number is 215-709-5437. You guys can also text me this if you come up with an idea a little bit later. Shoot me a text at 215-709-5437. And just be like, yo, Coach Ant, I'd like for you to touch on this topic and this topic. And, whatever it is, man, just send it through. You know what I mean? It don't matter. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I might be like, maybe I'll talk about that, maybe not. But it is worth a try. You shoot me a text, I might be like, you know what? That's a dope idea. I'm going to go ahead and talk on that. You know what I mean? So just let me know. It's not corny, Coach Anthony. We all need a little organization and motivation in our lives, man. Yeah, I think that what people need, and I think what's not really talked about, is accountability, right? So a lot of the times it's like we need accountability. A lot of people want information, right? But the information means nothing if you don't actually apply it. So I think that what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to form something where it's like accountable. Like, I'm gonna hold y'all accountable. We hold each other accountable. So look, I'm gonna put this in the chat. Let's see if I even remember which link this is. Yep, right here. I'm gonna put this right here. My bad. Let me go ahead. This is absolutely free. There's no catches. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. This is just something that you can go ahead and this is for your own personal live. The goal for you is to download this, print it out. I know it's a little old school. You got to go put it in, just go to a printer, print it out, put it next to your bed, put it on your refrigerator. And at the end of the day, the goal is to check the W, check the T, and check the F. So let's just say, for instance, me, like, let's just say, I want to do my workout. I do my workout and I drink my water for the day, right? I stay hydrated. You know what I mean? You do got to drink a certain amount of water. We don't talk about that, right? So let's just say I do that, or let's just say I just work out, right? For you guys, it's W workout, T is to-do list, F is for fitness, right? So whatever. So you do your workout, boom, you mentally check that off in your head, like, all right, I did that today. And then your to-do list. Let's just say you're a coach, like my man right here. I see that he said he's a coach. Tomorrow's my first day in my own gym. I got a handful of talented fighters, right? So let's just say your to-do list for the day is I'm going to organize drills for my fighters. I'm going to have workouts. I'm going to make sure that everything is prepared, boom, 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 boom. And then earlier in the day, you might have to take a run to the bank for something and you might have to go do it. You handle your to-do list that day. You don't procrastinate on nothing. And then, of course, throughout the day, you're eating right. You're making the right choices. You're eating. You make sure you ain't fucking up on your diet. You ain't eating no bullshit. By the time you go to bed that night, you check the W, you check the T, you check the F. Is a day completed. Now, imagine if you did that every single day for the month of December, right? Let's just say you did that. Let's just say, okay, let's say you celebrate Christmas or whatever, and you celebrate New Year's or whatever. Maybe you fall off 2 or 3 days throughout the month. No big deal. You do good 27 out of 30 days. I think we're going to get some results, not only in your own personal life, your business, your fighters. If you're a fighter, if you're anything, you see what I'm trying to say? So it's about having more good days than bad days. And the only way that we're going to be able to do that is by holding ourselves accountable. So download that, check it out. I made it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a personal development coach. I'm a boxing coach, but I'm very big into personal development and in my own life. Like when I'm walking, because I like to try to hit like 10 to 20,000 steps a day. I'm listening to personal development shit all the time. I'm listening to everything, right? Because I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better person every single day. So, and I know where I could do better at. I know I'm like, damn, I could have sent out that email. Damn, I forgot to give my assistant that task. Damn, I ate too much yesterday. Damn, I didn't freaking go to the bank yesterday. Fuck, I got to push it off to tomorrow. Damn, oh man, I forgot to bring my car to get an oil change. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you freaking write this shit down in your to-do list, and then every day you wake up in the morning after you know what I'm saying, take a shower, whatever, they're like, okay, let me handle this. You do that every single day. And then, of course, you eat right, you train. Bro, we're going to live a great life. We're going to live a fantastic life. Does anybody agree with me here? Like, this is the goal. The goal is to be better in all areas of life. I created $1 Million Mitts for my people out there who want to start coaching careers or coach their kids or whatever, right? I'm trying to help y'all have some sort of a way and have connections to somebody like myself who I like to think I'm pretty successful. Thank God. You know what I mean? I like to think that I've done some cool stuff in my life. And I think that I can help people also accomplish some cool things. But the only way we could do this is if we're accountable to ourselves. Because if we're not accountable, then what ends up happening is you just live in freestyle, right? You wake up, you do this, you wake up, you do that. The next thing you know, you're spinning your wheels. You got to have some sort of a plan. Sugar Ray Robinson used to say, plan your work, work your plan. You see what I'm saying? The late, great Sugar Ray Robinson. Plan your work, work your plan. I'm going to go in here and see some of these. Honestly, bro, I don't know what your plans are. You said you got some good amateurs. I really don't know. Like, I'd have to see them and stuff like that. But I think just having the workout routine organized, having the workout routine, making sure you got, you got them doing their warm up, their shadow boxing, their drilling, the heavy bag work. If you want them to start sparring, I don't know if you got a ring, but maybe they could spar. If not, then you just have them doing drills and you work the heavy bag. Maybe set up some road work for them, little strength and conditioning work. You know what I mean? What up, Rocky? Coach, amateurs doesn't go the way we shadow box or bag work or even sparring. So many come out swinging relentlessly, what looks like wild hooks and rapid continuous cessation. Tips to face that? Okay, that's a good question. Well, it really just depends on what kind of sparring experience you have, right? Because when somebody comes out swinging crazy, and you could keep your hands up so you're not like kind of like trying to weave away from those wild punches. Because for me, if somebody's swinging crazy at me, I'm bringing my hands up like this. I'm blocking my head. I'm protecting my head. Something comes to the body, I'm obviously going to squat, you know what I mean, and catch those shots with my elbow. And I'm going to weather that storm. And then I'm going to punch in between. So, like, if somebody's swinging, wow, 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 I'm catching, bang, I'm landing a really good hook at the end of their shots, And if that doesn't necessarily work, then I'm trying to get as close to them as I can to smother them so then I can go ahead and do my own work. But you got to have a certain amount of experience. If you don't have that kind of experience, then it's going to be kind of like a wild fight where both of you guys are going to be swinging and looking crazy. So it's a difficult one because look, even think about like Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather fought Mike Donna for the first time, Mike Donna was giving him hell, bro. Like he was winning the fight and he won the fight. But man, he spent a lot of times on those ropes getting hit with wild fucking punches. So when you're dealing with somebody who's throwing super wild punches, it's always going to be challenging. Now, what I will say is this: if you are in good shape, like top-notch shape, and you have good defense, you could defend those wild punches, and you can maybe outlast those wild punches and start to do more quality work. But if you're not in good enough shape and somebody's doing that and you're trying to keep up with their pace and then you get tired, you're going to be in for, a long 3 rounds, to say the least. Those 3 rounds are going to feel like 10 rounds. So I'd say make sure your defense is really good and make sure your conditioning is really good. If you got good form and technique and instincts, you should be able to punch in between those shots and, get the better of the exchanges, even though it might not look as pretty as you want it to. You feel me? Yo, we got the Lion Limas in the building. What's up, my guy? Yo, how you doing, bro? You want to get in here and come talk to me, man? This is the last episode of the month. My man Victor Limas, man. Professional fighter in the building. Let me know if you want to talk to me, man. I did it at my old gym. This facility that I have, I'm not sure. It's because it's not as big as my old facility. But maybe, possibly. If not, I could get another facility and just host it there. Because I mean, this isn't the biggest space to hold a lot of people. I just put the link in the chat, bro. Come up here and come talk to me, man. I'm sure the people would love to hear your story. What's going on, Duncan? How you doing, bro? You good? Hope everything's good with you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. I know it's late. I know Monday's tomorrow. Tomorrow is December 1st, y'all. We got to go into the month organized, prepared, ambitious, positive, with some goals, You feel me? I don't know how many times I'm gonna go live during the week in December, but I would like to continue this, man. You know what I mean? We got my boy in the building. Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
How you
How's
doing?
it going?
All right. So, yo, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Quick story on my boy Victor Limas. So I remember I was in Florida probably like, I don't know, 5 years ago. Probably like 5, 6 years ago.
About six.
About 6 years ago.
Yeah, about six. Yeah.
I was getting a haircut. So I used to go to this barber shop in West Palm Beach whenever I was in Florida. And he ends up cutting my hair. Now, this dude's a nice ass barber. All right. We're not even gonna talk about that. That's not even what this is about. He could cut hair,
Appreciate that.
cut hair like a motherfucker, bro. Really good. So I get a haircut, and then we start talking about boxing. And I don't know if he knew I was a coach or whatever, but I remember he was like, yo, I was an amateur boxer and all this stuff. And I hear a lot of people say that. Like, when people find out I'm a boxing coach, everybody becomes a fucking boxer all of a sudden.
I didn't know though. I didn't know you were. I was just like
We're just making conversation.
conversation.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's telling me about how he's a boxer and everything like that. And then we exchanged Instagram information, and next thing you know, and he was overweight. How much was you weighing at the time?
At that time, I was like, I had to be like 225, 230 at that time.
225 pounds, 230 pounds. He's telling me about how he used to be a boxer and all this stuff. And I told him I was a coach. And, I guess once we got each other's Instagram and stuff, he seen I was legit. And then we kept messaging or whatever. And then next thing you know, you tell me you want to go ahead and turn professional. Now, how old are you?
Man, I'm 37 now.
You're 37. So at the time, you were 31 years old.
About 30, 31, yep.
Okay, so he's 31 years old with boxing experience, but he wasn't boxing at the time, 225 pounds, and makes a decision that he wants to become a professional boxer at that particular time. Now, what inspired you from being overweight and out of shape to saying, all right, I'm going to do this boxing shit at a professional level? Because it's one thing to go to the gym, work out, hit the pads, spar a little bit, and to say, nah, fuck that, I'm going all in.
All right, so no, like it was the pandemic had slowed everything down at work. And I've always had this like thing with me, like wanting to be fit. Like once you're a boxer, once you like been through that, you kind of shame yourself all the time. Like if you get out of shape or out of weight, you're like, dang man, how did I get this far? But I never had that challenge like to push myself to go through with it. So I was always setting these goals, but never like executing these goals. Then the pandemic hit. I started like training kids in the neighborhood because I would see them fighting out in the street and mess around. And I'm like, you know what? No, y'all gotta put y'all yourselves in a better position. And y'all in the street fighting. Come over here to train, because I know that boxing, yes, fighting, but it's there's a level of like humbleness once you go through it. And so I was just humbling these kids, and then of course I had my son, training my son or whatever. Then I was like, man, I'm just gonna start working out, because trying to train these kids and doing all this work in this heat, because it was the summertime at the time, I was like, man, I feel out of shape. So I started like working out. Then a friend of mine told me about this competition. If I won, I win the top. If I had like the best transformation, I'd win a whole bunch of money. So I was like, all right, cool. So I started going crazy in the transformation, and then I started just doing what I knew best for working out, and that's doing boxing workouts. I just started doing boxing, and I started like it's like that little flame. It was just like getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the idea just started growing and growing. And I was just like laughing about it sometimes with my guy that holds the mitts for me, joking about it. Man, what if I ever went pro? What if I went pro, man? I could have went, And then you were like, ah, yeah, whatever. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it. I went to a gym and I met another coach, Mark Cheers, and then he like, nobody believed in me. Nobody believed when I said I was gonna fight at 130 pounds. They didn't believe me. They laughed. They were like, man, that's crazy. It's insane. It's impossible. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Watch me. I'm gonna do it. And then Mark Cheers, my coach, He believed in me. He was like, all right, cool. He took on the task. And then my other guy, Manasa, which you know Manasa, um, we just started working. We started grinding. Like, and when I said grinding, man, I'm like running and doing this. I'm like working like a Rocky movie. That's how I kind of like putting in my head, like going crazy.
So
And,
how long was the transformation to lose, all that weight? Let's just say from 225 to 150. How long did that take?
I would say I say a little less than a year, about a year, because the opportunity came up. My guy Derek Finley was throwing a fight, and he's like, "Would you like to get on the card?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And then like when it's fight mode, like I stay in shape now. I stay in shape, but like when it's fight mode, it's like something with that, like it like turns something on, like different in my mind, and I just like, let's get it, and I just started work. I started working harder. So like at that time when I found out I was gonna have my very first professional fight, I started grinding. I mean grinding to the point where like it was crazy.
So for somebody who's in the chat right now who, maybe they're not in shape or they got some goals that they want to reach, but maybe they're just like, damn, bro, I'm starting from so far. I don't know where the fuck to start. Like you being a guy who was 225 pounds, totally nothing like what you are right now, totally different person.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them? Like how would you I'm telling people, I don't know if you heard me in the chat. I got this little cheat sheet shit that I'm trying to do where it's like, you stay accountable with yourself. I know that's a little
Yeah.
extreme for a lot of people. Some people can't start that far. Some people are like, man, that's too much, bro. I just want to do it. What's your advice to somebody who's done it?
All right. Well, my advice is just get the goal out of your head. Don't think about the goal. Um, and just start making these changes in your lifestyle, and everybody knows what's not good for them. Every time you in the line at McDonald's, every time you in the line buying that drink, in the back of your head you say, man, it's not good for me, because you just went you just might have went to the gym the other day or a couple hours before. Like accountability is a real big thing with that. So but at the same time, if you setting these short-term goals and these goals and you're not reaching it, that's when you give up on yourself. I just say just make it a part of the whole new lifestyle. Change your ways of thinking about thinking about fitness. You have to be just better as a person, as a human. Um, what I like, because I train people now in my garage. I have a gym, and what I like to tell them to do is to buy the MyZone heart monitor. So the MyZone heart monitor, you download the app, and it gives you these colors: gray, green, blue, red, and yellow, and it's telling you you're working your heart rate. And when you reach these certain colors, it tells you how hard you're working. So sometimes people don't even realize they not working that hard. They just all in their head. So I tell my clients to get there's their My Zone thing, and we're watching it together as they work out. And I'm telling them, okay, cool, you're at 10 minutes. If you only burn at 250 calories and you're still in the green, you're still good to go. When you're in the red, now we got to start figuring, we got to slow the breathing down to yellow kind of.
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be I don't want to be a devil's advocate to you right now.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is great.
All
It's a
right.
good approach.
Yeah.
But did you do that when you got your ass in shape?
Yes, I
So
did.
you started off with the heart monitor?
The My Zone, My Zone. My guys put me on it. My guy from Anytime Fitness. I was actually, it's crazy because he was a trainer, and he's a trainer, and he wanted to learn how to box. So I was helping him learn how to box, and he introduced me to the My Zone tracker. And I'm like a visual guy. I'm a visual, and everybody that's actually chasing their goals is visual, because they're always looking at themselves in the mirror. So instead of chasing that image, that look, I was chasing the numbers. I was chasing the calorie burns. I was burning. I knew one day I challenged myself, and I was like, all right, cool. So it's 3,500 calories to burn a whole pound. I literally worked out until I burned 3,500 calories, just to challenge myself, just to give myself that challenge. I'm a fighter, and fighters, we work off challenging. challenges. We have to challenge ourselves. So I say, man, just go and challenge yourself to make yourself different. And after that, if you do the work after that, the results are going to show up. And when they show up, you're gonna be like, oh dang, like, all right, let's keep doing this. And it's gonna feed that, it's gonna feed that that engine, you know?
Yeah, man. So now that you're professional, talk to me, man. How you liking being a professional fighter? What's it like getting punched with them small gloves and no headgear? Uh, how do you like the business of the sport? Talk to me. Like, where's your mind at now?
The
Now that you
punch,
got what you was praying for. Now that you got what you was praying for, how you feeling?
you know why I'm laughing.
I know why you
You
laugh.
know why I'm laughing.
I want to hear you talk to
All
me.
right. As far as getting punched, as far as the physical activity and that, I'm all with that. I love it. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I understand that me as a fighter, as somebody, a lot of people don't understand. Like you got to go in the ring, and yeah, we work on defense. We work on this stuff to get out of the way. But you have to understand that you are getting punched at. You are going to get hit. So you have to embrace that. You have to embrace that, and you have to understand that it's going to happen because there's a lot of fighters that get hit and they react not off of the punch. They react off of the crowd. So they're like, whoa, freaking out, you know, and then sometimes they do react about getting hit, and it's like, dang, I ain't never really got hit like this. So just me being prepared and knowing that that's gonna happen, that's helped out a lot. The business, the business, I'm telling you, man, it's rough. The business is rough. Everybody thinks that his clients is my clients are like, man, you must have got paid. Nah, bro, that's like my first 5 fights. I didn't get paid, nothing, zero. But it is what it is. Marketing, having to go out and try to get sponsorships and having to go out and just talk to people and put yourself out there, be more vulnerable. That's been something that's a hill that I've been trying to climb because it's kind of like my pride gets in the way with that. But yeah, the business is rough. The business is tough. But the fighting, that's the fun part. So
So what's your record now?
6-1.
Okay, all right, you're six
So,
and
so
what happened with that one, man? What happened there?
okay, so as that one on a spiritual level, that one was placed there because I needed to have that. My wins were going so good and but my head wasn't there locked in for that fight. I had a lot of things going on with ticket sales before the fight. I had a lot of things going on with my outside business, and I allowed that to drown my focus. And like when I was walking to the ring that day, before that in the locker room, I thought I was ready. But as I took that walk, I was like, whoa, I don't even want to be here.
Mm,
Like I don't even like what am I supposed to be here? Like I just lost it. I couldn't focus. And when I got in the ring, I literally was just being lazy and not understanding the magnitude of what I was going through, like what I was putting myself through at the moment. Like I wasn't understanding. And when I got hit, I wasn't drowning out the crowd like usually do. I was listening to who's and ahs and and when I got hit, I'm like, oh hell no. Like it's instead of like, you know, modifying my movement and being more focused and understanding where I'm at, I just went in and started just trying to fight and just being just mentally out of control and just allowed myself to get hit. And I fell. I got dropped and landed on my knee, got back up. I couldn't even feel my knee really. I couldn't even feel my leg, and I just was like, all right, I gotta go in. I gotta go in. I gotta fight
now,
this
why
dude.
couldn't you feel your leg? Was it because your knee hitting the canvas, or was it because you
No,
got?
but yeah, because I stopped myself from dropping, and I landed like, boom, right on my knee. Landed like he hit me, and I went, and I just tried to catch myself, and got up really too fast. I got up too fast. I should have took some numbers, but yeah, man, it was just all those mistakes were placed there for me to learn so I can move forward, you know.
Mhm.
So it was a loss on my record, but a win in life because, man, if you don't know how to lose, you definitely don't know how to win.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, that's good to hear. It's good for people to hear that because it's one thing to talk about the successes, but you got to talk about the lessons, right? The L's ain't losses, they're lessons. So
Man,
that's a major lesson that is hard. You know you got to go through it to learn them. Unfortunately,
man,
we
for
can,
sure,
you
man.
know what I mean, but it's good for people to hear it though. So what is the goal for you now, like being 37 years old, having 7 professional fights, beautiful record, 6-1, starting off late, um, against all odds, again, coming from 225 pounds. Like, what is the goal for you now? Are you focusing on, like, how far are you looking to go with this professional
I'm
fight
I'm
season?
I'm going. I'm still going. I feel great. I feel great, man. I feel really, really good about everything. I'm pushing for my last guy's record with 17 wins, 10 KOs with 12 losses, you know. So yeah, 29 fights coming in. I feel great, man. I'm just gonna keep pushing, you know, working out and sharpening the craft and listening to my coach. That was one thing I did my last fight was pay attention and actually listen to what my coach was telling me to do, and I actually did what my coach was telling me to do. You know, I didn't go off and try to do my own thing. I actually just paying attention, sharpening up my skills, and just enjoying this ride, man. Enjoying this, and I love it, man.
And that's what's up, man.
The ultimate goal is just to keep, inspiring people,
Right,
showing my kids, giving my kids something to look at. Like, hey, pops is doing it. Pops did it. They have no room for any excuses.
right.
You know?
Now, I want to rewind a little bit if you got time. How much time you got?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling.
All right, so let's rewind because you fought as an amateur, and then obviously life hit. You started working. What happened to get you to go up in the weight to 225? Like, what happened in your life? Were you partying a lot? Like what was the mindset? Obviously, we know what the shift was. I should have asked you this in the beginning.
Yeah.
What actually, kind of led you that other direction?
You know, by doing my research on health and all that, like I I believe it was a lot of the bad eating, but also the alcohol, man. The alcohol and
So, did
things
you
like
party a
that.
lot? Was you partying a lot? Like,
Oh yeah,
obviously,
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, because like I started drinking very young. Like when my mother passed away, I just and going through bad things in the streets and stuff like that. I was just, I was being like distracted. I was being fed, you know, I wasn't being a leader. I was being a follower. You know what I mean? No matter how that sounds, it is really a lot of people do that. Drinking and drinking till I passed out. You know what I mean? Type drinking like crazy, man. Like ugly, ugly stuff, man. And then I just stopped drinking, man. One day I just stopped, and that's it, man. I stopped drinking.
so you haven't had a drink since you gotten back in shape.
No, I haven't had a drink since what, about after my son. Well, a little bit before Leo was born, right? Yeah, before my son was like born, I was like 23
Oh,
or
damn.
23.
Oh,
Yeah.
you stopped drinking pretty young, bro.
Yeah, but I still was eating like crap, man. I love to eat. I don't care what anybody says, man. I love food. And I'm not no perfect dietitian. Like I don't just, man, I eat still. But
So,
I'm very mindful.
how do you maintain the weight, keeping the weight down if you still eat? Like, are you counting calories? Are you like
We're-
what's your strategy?
My strat, like, so sometimes, like, if I want, like, okay, for an example, ice cream. All right, so I like chocolate ice cream. Okay, and I'm sorry. I used to eat the ice cream like I could eat the whole thing in one setting. But now I'll eat the ice. I'll take a couple bites here, put it away. If I get that sweet tooth again, if I want a little bit of that, okay, take a couple bites, put it away. I don't go crazy with the eating. Like I eat. because ultimately junk food and food like that is all with taste. You know, we like the taste of it. We don't really think about what it's doing for us. We want that taste. So I just taste it, put it away. Taste it, put it away. And that's how I try to control it. Coming up to the fight though, like and on like fight training, like I try to stay more disciplined here and there. Sometimes I'll have like a little bit, but not nothing too crazy. Try to consume more healthier things than the bad things.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. Now you did mention that you are a trainer now as well, right?
Yeah,
And I've
yeah,
seen you train your son. Your son is dope, man. What's up with him? Is he fighting?
yeah, man. Well, he's going through that little stage, where he's growing. So he's short, gain a little bit of weight. So we just waiting for him to stretch out a little bit. But he's staying in the gym. He's staying in the gym.
How old is he now?
He's 11.
Okay. Also, he's at a perfect age to get him
Oh
rolling.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. He has one fight, but he stay, doing his thing, sparring and training with the pros and all that stuff.
Nice technique, real
Oh
sharp.
yeah.
I've seen him, yeah, man. You posted him in the community. For those of y'all who don't know, he's in our community as well. He's posted a bunch of videos. You haven't been posting lately. You got to be
Yeah.
posting all these wins and everything you got going on, bro.
I
People,
got you, man. I
people
do
want
it.
to see that shit, bro. People support you in there.
I
Um,
got you.
um, how's the training going? How's the training? Like, are you training fitness clients? Are you training fighters? Like, where's your mind on the business side of the boxing training?
For me, I think like just training people fitness and people that have interest in just learning boxing. As far as me training fighters, I've been approached about it a couple of times, but boxing is a very selfish sport, man. And I don't want to if I'm gonna train a fighter, I want to give him 100%. And I know by me being an active fighter and training myself, it's just like something in my mind is just like I can't give that all, like give that all. That's a strong commitment, to be somebody's coach or trainer like that and be a fighter at the same time. I just and I'm still learning. I'm still learning, so I'm still absorbing knowledge from my coaches, and I just feel like training fighters right now is not for me, but I'm definitely helping people, with their lifestyles and trying to give people just a better option out of life, through boxing.
That's what's up, bro. Yo, Vic, man, thank you, bro. Man, we supporting you
I
over here.
appreciate it.
Man, you're more than welcome to come on any single time you want. Talk about boxing, talk about fitness,
Yeah,
inspire people, letting people know. You kind of remind me of my boy Tevin, man. I remember when I was working with Tevin Farmer, you used to always speak highly about it. And what was his
exactly.
quote? Never too late, right?
Yeah,
And never too late. You're a prime example of never too late. Like Tevin Farmer won his world title at 28 years old, and that's quote unquote late in boxing.
hmm,
He started pro at 31 years old. So you started after he already won a world title. So you're the real definition of this never too late because you went ahead and you followed your dream. You went ahead and you made it happen. And you're proving that no matter where you're at, that doesn't define you. That if you decide to make a commitment and make a change, it can happen, bro. And I'm proud of you, bro.
thank you, bro.
And
Thank you,
I'm really honored to have you on the channel sharing your story.
man. I appreciate all the support all the time, and I mean, from the last time we talked, I've gained some viewers from that, and I talked to some people from the last talk, and they tell
Let
me
people know, let people know how they can find you, bro. I'm sure people
uh
want to keep up with you.
yeah, you can follow my Instagram. It's at Limas_Victor. It's just my name, but my last name first. And Victor Limas on Facebook. But pretty much that's it, man. I mean, just keep on trying to push for inspiration. That's it, man. And I think that we all need to do that. No matter how far we get, we just gotta, you know what I mean? Just
Keep
gotta keep
going,
helping each other.
keep
Cause it's
going.
a crazy world out there right now.
That's a fact, bro. 100%. Do me a favor when you get a free chance. Can you just like update the community with all your recent success? I know you
I'll
got.
do it. I'll do it tonight. I got you.
Thank you, bro. Yo, Vic.
For
Thank you.
sure.
Bro. Talk to you. Talk to you soon, my guy.
All right, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, my man Victor Limas, man, giving y'all a really great story. Like my boy said, OG said, great story, great message, man. again, bro, when I first met Vic, like I said, I didn't know what his future held. I didn't know that he was actually going to go ahead and move forward and actually keep his word to himself. You know, a lot of people say that and they don't keep their words to themselves, but it's definitely dope to see him keeping his word to himself. So I hope that inspired somebody in the chat who might be going through a similar situation. It doesn't have to be weight loss. It could be maybe that business you want to start. Maybe it could be I don't know, whatever the hell it is, public speaking. I don't give a shit what it is. Whatever's holding you back, man, you got to just say to yourself, I'm going to go ahead and attack this and I'm going to go ahead and make a change. And it doesn't matter if there's small changes in a year's time, you could, a lot can happen. Like, what's that old saying they said? They said that people underestimate what they could do. People overestimate what they could do in a month, but underestimate what they could do in a year, some shit like that. Like, so, you know, it's one of those things where you just stay consistent and let time reveal, you know, the hard work that you've put in. You know what I mean? And it definitely doesn't happen overnight. I'm proof of that. You know what I mean? If y'all would have saw me 20 years ago and see me today, I'm pretty sure y'all won't be in my live stream right now trying to get game about boxing or anything like that, right? If you'd have seen my first time getting my ass whooped in a sparring match or any of that type of stuff. You feel me? If you guys have any questions in the chat or anything you guys want to say, now's the time to say it. I've been on here for 45 minutes, so let me know where y'all at with it. I'm gonna do a quick little short commercial break, and then hopefully we can keep this shit going. Let's go.
For $1 million mitts. Why did I call this $1 million mitts? Because I'm gonna make you look like $1 million bucks, man. As long as you let me guide you, as long as you listen, as you learn the stuff that I'm gonna teach you with a pair of mitts, I'm gonna level up your mitt game 100%. Working with professional fighters that put me in world title corners right off the bat just because they like the way I hold a pair of mitts. I like to think that I'm a person who could teach you how to do this at the highest level, considering I've been to the highest level of boxing. Mitts is what literally put me in that position. This is something that your clients are gonna love. This is something that your fighters are gonna love. Always a lane for somebody who knows how to hold mitts. You could be a great coach, you could be a great teacher, you could be a great personal trainer, but this is what's gonna capture their eyes. This is what's gonna make people look at you. So I'm gonna teach you. It doesn't matter if you have zero experience or if you have a lot of experience. There's gonna be modules in this course that's gonna help level you up.
All right, y'all. Listen, I feel like y'all be falling asleep in the chat because I'm looking at the chat right now and I don't see no more talking. So if y'all fell asleep, just let me know. You feel me? I see there's still people in here, but there's not a peep being said. So if y'all fell asleep in the chat, put the sleep emoji. Let me know what's going on, man. You feel me? I got a little bit more time. Definitely want to go ahead and keep chopping it over with y'all, but I'm not going to talk to myself either. Cyber Monday is literally in 10 minutes. So if you guys have been interested in getting anything from my website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com, of course, we got the Master Boxing Bundle.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Yo, chill, Siri. I was trying I got to be careful what I say. $1 million mitts. You guys want to start your own coaching, career. I think a really good way to start is to be really good with mitt work, okay? You don't need experience. If you've never held mitts before, this is perfect for you. If you have experience holding mitts, this is perfect for you because what's going to happen is I'm going to give you ideas that is going to expand how you already hold mitts. I'm pretty sure that I can help you with this considering the countless hours of mitt work that I've put into this game with some of the best fighters in the game. So if you want to learn something, if you want to learn how to piece some of this stuff together, I really believe that I'm the guy that can help you. So make sure you guys check that out. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of links in the chat for you guys real quick. Maybe somebody will wake up and click it. You feel me? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to pronounce your name, champ. So I'm not going to pronounce it because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. But you just saved the live stream, because I promise you, if somebody didn't say something in the next 20 seconds, I was going to end this particular live stream. I promise you. At what point of my career should I try learning a particular style? Also, some tips on how to improve your fight IQ. I think you don't wait to a point in your career to try to develop your fight style. I think your fight style develops as you learn the fundamentals and continue to train and continue to spar. I don't think you ever like wake up one day and go, okay, today I'm gonna be an aggressive fighter, or today I'm gonna be a technical fighter. Like we don't necessarily operate like that. What we do is we learn the proper way to throw a jab, cross, hook, uppercut. We learn proper defense. We learn footwork. We implement it in drilling, and then we implement it in live sparring, and then we go out and we compete and we repeat and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And then what ends up happening, you eventually develop your own fighting style. You feel me? So the ways that you improve your fight IQ is become a student. Be a true student of the game. Okay? So like study the fighters out there. Study all the best fighters. Study your favorite coaches. Invest into my courses. Watch boxing whenever it comes on. Watch amateur boxing, professional boxing. Be a full-fledged student of the game. Leave no stone unturned. Don't be a guy who casually watches boxing, casually trains, and expect to improve your fight IQ. Like, this is something that you have to devote yourself to if you really want to increase and get better at it. So my whole point to you is don't half-ass it. You know what I mean? And that means go all in. So that means invest into your time, invest into yourself with time, finances, use your resources. If you got to drive an extra 2 hours to go to the right location once a week to get some extra information, that's what you do. If you got to go ahead and, go to the gym 5 days a week, 6 days a week, but you still got a job or whatever, and you're tired, hey man, that's what you got to do. If you got to go ahead and take a few dollars out your bank account that you was going to spend on some clothes to look fly and get a master boxing bundle, that's what you got to do. Like, whatever you got to do, it doesn't matter what it is. You have to invest the time. You have to be consistent, and that's how you're going to improve your fight IQ. It's not going to be a secret. Okay, the secret is time invested and being a true student of the game and applying what you're learning day to day consistently. And if you do that, you'll be successful. It's already 52 minutes in, y'all. If y'all done talking to me, then I'm just going to let it go. It's been no days off November. 30 days or 30, how many days has it been? Yeah, November has 30 days. 30 days, man, every single day for the month of November, every single year. I will be going live in December. I don't think I'm going to be going live every single day, but I will be going live as much as I can. To help you guys, you know what I mean? And it might be a little less, but if you guys grab my phone number, 215-709-5437, you know what I mean? You'll be updated when I go live. So I suggest you guys take the number. Obviously, this ain't the number that you can call me at any time of the day. This is my phone number that controls, me texting out about when I'm going live or answering some questions or stuff like that. So if you guys want my number, you guys have a particular question, I can't promise that I'm going to answer everybody who texts me, but I try to answer as many people as I can. So you could shoot me a question. You can get updated when I go live, things like that. So make sure you guys grab my number, 215-709-5437. Good shit tonight, Coach. Let's go. Let's go. Good evening, Coach. The strangest thing happened when I was holding mitts. I instinctively was standing southpaw without realizing. Now I want to spend more time in the other stance. Yeah, man, that happens, bro. Did you get the $1 Million Mitts course? Let me know if you got the course, man. As far as holding mitts, bro, like, you want to stand in the same stance that you're particularly working on. So, for instance, like, if you are working with a orthodox fighter that's fighting an orthodox, or you're working on techniques that would work against the orthodox, then I'm going to stand orthodox. If I want to stand southpaw, then usually I'm working on things that I would have my fighter doing against the southpaw, if that makes any sense. I highly suggest you take a look at it, champ. Invest in it. Cyber Monday is tomorrow, my final day before things go up. Of course, early access means you're getting this early. I haven't even fully done an official drop for this. This is for all my people who support me, who want to get the course early. I'm going to be adding even more videos to this particular course. Okay, you won't have to pay extra when I do add this stuff. And I'm going all in, yo. I'm teaching everything. There's no way I could teach everything in the amount of time I've had to get this released. So that's why I said, let me do an early access, which already has enough. I can literally cap it right now and people will be satisfied. But I'm looking to make this the most prestigious mittwork system in boxing. And I'm going to use all of my experience, and I'm just going to keep on feeding. I'm going to keep on feeding the engine, feeding the beast. You know what I'm saying? Like they like to say. So if you want to get it at the best price that you're going to get it, if you want to be grandfathered in and not have to pay extra when I add extra modules and stuff like that, I suggest you just grab it right now or grab it before tomorrow, because once this is done, early access, and I'm going to have to go ahead and raise the price. My master boxing bundle also raising the price. Right now it's $267 for 16 courses. If you use VIP 20, you can get it for $247. If you don't act on that, when you look at the next day on my website, I guarantee you the price is going to be up and you're going to wish you grabbed it, because the amount of information, I mean, you can go back to all my streams this month. I've done behind the scenes. I've opened up the hood. I've shown the work. And the more I look at my old stuff, the more I want to raise the price to what it's really worth, truthfully. But, you know, it's Black Friday, the best time of the year to buy stuff. So take advantage. You feel me? Or Cyber Monday, I should say. I have a whole course called How to Shadow Box, champ, where I really get in depth. Really get in depth, Larry. You definitely want to check that out. 100%. I have a whole course called How to Shadow Box, and I tell you what, that's one of my best courses, bro. One of my best courses, and I was probably like 20 pounds heavier than I am now when I did it, but it's still sharp. Still sharp. You definitely should check that out. You can also go ahead and grab any of my individual courses for $47. So like if you only wanted to get one course, you can just pay $47 and go grab it. But I just recommend that you get everything because it's going to be way cheaper. Coach, shadowboxing is a great way to watch and learn. Oh, yeah, 100%. I would say that it's sparring, shadowboxing comes second, like for the importance of your training. Sparring number one, shadowboxing number two, and then we can go ahead and debate on what's more important, mittwork or heavy bag work. If you're getting really good mittwork might be able to trump heavy bag work. But if you're not getting good mittwork, then heavy bag work will trump mittwork. But heavy bag work, what I like about heavy bag work is if, you know, you have your hands right, you don't hurt yourself because you can injure your wrist or whatever. But let's just say everything's working fine tuned the way it's supposed to. You could develop strength on the heavy bag. So heavy bag might edge mittwork slightly for the strength component and also for the fact that you're thinking on your own. But good mitt work can trump heavy bag work if it's a good mitt holder, because they can actually simulate a fight and make you really focus on the things you need to focus on. So those two battle. And then, of course, you got the double M bag, speed bag, and then, you know, all the other stuff like the calisthenics and stuff, but I wouldn't consider that like punching stuff. You know what I mean? But I think number one is sparring. What do you think? What do you look for indicators if a fighter is ready to spar? Typically, the drills. So I will make two fighters drill, and once I see a fighter is starting to like understand the mechanics in the drilling. So, like example, if I have you block a jab, right hand, left hook. Once I see you're catching it confidently, moving your head confidently in the drills, then I'll go ahead and test you out on some sparring, and then we take it from there. So yeah, just paying attention to how you're responding in the drills, because the drills will let me know a lot. Like if somebody's throwing a jab at you and you're still like, you're panicking, or you're reaching too far, or you're not reacting, or you know what I'm saying, or you're getting hit in the drills, and this is controlled, very controlled, and you're still having issues in a controlled environment, then I'm probably going to wait until we make it muscle memory for you to do everything correctly. And once I feel like you can defend yourself, then I'll allow you to spar. When I'm really repping out my punches with good technique, would it be fine to have something holding my bag in place, or does it need to swing? I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, um, it's actually, the more experience you have, the better it is that the bag moves, because then you keep the bag in the air. So like next time I do a drill like this, I'm gonna do it in the gym area, because obviously I'm in the office right now. I'll do it in the gym area and I'll show you what I mean. But like you're punching the bag and the bag is obviously moving up slightly because you're punching it. I'm keeping the bag in the air without pushing. Like I'm not pushing the bag in the air. I'm still punching technically, like pop, 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 but the bag slightly goes up. And that's where I keep the bag. And that's where you get that shoulder burn and that endurance starts to build. It's really, really hard drill to do, man. I'm telling you, like if you do it for 30 seconds, you're gonna feel like you did it for like 3 minutes, man, because you're keeping a 150-pound bag in the air and you're just like pop, 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 pop. That's really good. When you have somebody hold it, it's because you don't know how to really throw your punches yet and deal with the movement of the bag. So the holding is more for like beginner, and then the more advanced it becomes where you actually would like the bag to move so you can learn how to walk with the bag. Damn, bro, off the top of my head, underrated fight. Shit, man. There's a lot, dude. I can't even remember right now, dude. I'm gonna be honest. It's too many. It's too many, bro. There's too many good fights that I can't even. I like Andy Lee versus John Jackson. That was a pretty underrated fight. I don't think anybody talks about that. Andy Lee versus John Jackson. Check that fight out. If my natural instinct is to take a to if my natural instinct is to take a punch to give a punch, what advice would you give to correct that habit? If my natural instinct is to take a punch to give a punch, um, I mean, I would just want you to learn defense. I would just want you to learn defense, because even if you're an aggressive fighter, you can be defensive. Like defense isn't always moving around like Floyd Mayweather. Like a lot of people think like when you think defense, you're thinking like circling the ring and shoulder rolling and bending like, the waist and, just being very like almost afraid to engage. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think that you could be an aggressive fighter, but you just learn how to catch the shots properly and move your head to put yourself in the right position to rip some good body shots or whatnot. So you could be aggressive and defensive. I mean, and then so when they do throw the punch, even if you cover up and they're hitting your glove, that's like you're taking a punch to give a punch. The only difference is you're not taking it full force on your face. You're taking it on your forearms and your arms, and then you can punch right off of it. So I just think that we just have to get out of the mindset of being okay with getting punched in the face. It's okay to get punched in the arms, on the gloves, and you're being aggressive, but getting punched in the face ain't the smartest, because that's your brain. and you get your brain rattled, you know what I'm saying? Get knocked the fuck out, possibly die. So, we want to avoid getting punched in the head and in the body as much as possible. So for me, I would just learn how to have a really good defense. Somebody like a Winky Wright or Ike Corte back in the day, guys who knew how to come forward and catch shots on their arms. You know what I mean? Hey, coach, would you recommend me to spar to improve time? And I've been training for yeah, 100%. 100%, bro. Sparring is king. That's number one. But you can also improve your timing with drilling, mitt work, $1 million mitts, get a good mitt guy, the double end bag. These are all ways to improve timing. Best defensive fighter today, I think I'm going to go with Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson's the best defensive fighter, man. He doesn't get hit very often at all. Very good range, great thinker, very difficult. Not the biggest puncher, but very, very good defensively. Appreciate you, bro. Every time you said throw a jab, I think what you said, empty in a cup. Yes, sir, right? You empty the cup of water and just pop, pop. Real simple. Who's your favorite fighter all time to study? Man, I like them all for different reasons, bro. I just think that you just have to have a little bit of everything. I think that studying boxing is taking the best of everybody and utilizing what's needed at what particular time. Um, some guys are good at certain things and you want to learn from them. Other guys are good at other things, man. But me personally, I like Floyd Mayweather, man. And the reason I choose Floyd is because he had good offense, good defense. He wasn't the biggest puncher due to his hand injuries. But if you watch Floyd when he was young, he let his hands go pretty good. He hurt guys. His defense is impeccable. Fantastic footwork, good instincts, very tough, does everything by the book, you know what I mean, from that particular style. So for me, it's Floyd. But there's other guys, like I just said, Winky Wright was a good guy to study because he mastered walking a guy down and being able to beat you with his hands up without doing all the extra stuff. You had other great fighters, you know what I mean, that were very good and slick. Roy Jones had some really good stuff when he was in his prime. You could steal from him if you're athletic enough. James Toney, obviously. Sugar Ray Leonard was a great guy. You know what I mean? Good skills, very, very fast. There's so many good fighters, bro. Like, I can't even remember, bro. Like, I've been watching boxing so long that I forget, man. Like, truthfully, I just be forgetting. I'll be like, oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, that guy. So, right now you got guys like Shakur Stevenson, really good to study as far as like how he controls range and how he does certain things. But then you got guys like Benavidez, who lets their hands go super mean, great punch selection. Then you got Crawford. You know what I mean? If you're a southpaw, you got Usyk. You got these new styles, these Ukrainian guys that are doing stuff. So it's just, man, it's just so many, bro. So many. Coach, who do you think are some of the best shorter orthodox boxers that are great southpaws? Who do you think are some of the best shorter orthodox boxers that are great against southpaws? Fuck, I don't know off the top of my head, bro. Shorter boxers that were great against southpaws. Got me, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this one. That were great against southpaws in particular. It's a good question, bro. I don't got an answer. I'm not sure. Like, I really don't even know. I would have to really go into my bag, and like right now, even thinking of fighters right now, I'm like, fuck, I can't even think. All right, Shaw. Well, listen, I've been on here for a minute. No days off November. It's been a lot of fun, guys. I want to say thank you to everybody who's showing up. I will be going live in December, just not every single day. So make sure you guys take my phone number, 215-079-5437. Stay in the loop with me. So when I do go live, you guys can, be here with me. I might try to go live at different times, a little earlier sometimes. I know I go on here pretty late. But definitely want to continue this going. So I need you guys to stay in the loop. I feel really connected to my community. People have been texting me after this. A lot of you guys supported me with the $1 million mitts and the master boxing bundle. Okay, we all know that tomorrow is Cyber Monday. That's going to be the cutoff for the master boxing bundle in particular. $1 million mitts. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But yeah, I would definitely suggest that you guys jump on that as well. And that's it. And anything you guys need, you know how to find me, man. Just text me, 215-709-5437. Thank you for the love and support. And I'm out.
For $1 million mitts. Why did I call this $1 million mitts? Because I'm gonna make you look like $1 million bucks, man. As long as you let me guide you, as long as you listen, as you learn the stuff that I'm gonna teach you with a pair of mitts. I'm gonna level up your mitt game 100%. I got a lot of things to say about mittwork because mittwork literally changed my life.
What's his full name? What's Coach Anthony's? Anthony's first name was Anthony's last name.
Anthony Rodriguez, Coach Anthony, and that corner of great form.
A lot of people don't know when I first came into this boxing game as a trainer, mitts was really what people hired me for. Working with professional fighters that put me in world title corners right off the bat just because they liked the way I hold a pair of mitts. This is something that your clients are gonna love. This is something that your fighters are gonna love. Always a lane for somebody who knows how to hold mitts. The one thing that I could say is if you're gonna do something, you wanna do it the right way. I like to think that I'm the person who could teach you how to do this at the highest level, considering I've been to the highest level of boxing.
2 rounds, and you're a world champion, but you gotta work.
He is the defending world champion, fighting tonight.
With head trainer, Freddie Anthony Rodriguez.
Work with some of the best boxers in the world. Mitts is what literally put me in that position. You could be a great coach, you could be a great teacher, you could be a great personal trainer. But this is what's gonna capture their eyes. This is what's gonna make people look at you and make people say, hey man, that guy knows what he's doing. I wanna go ahead and work with that person. I'm gonna teach you, it doesn't matter if you have 0 experience or if you have a lot of experience, there's gonna be modules in this course that's gonna help level you up.
You gotta change.
Sean. Whoa.